Hello YouTube, welcome to Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. It is I, BandedWendy, your Friday vlogger. It's been a minute since I got here. I apologize, but I'm back and I'm here to talk about this week's topic. As always, I recommend you grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down the question. And if you can, make us a response video, or at a minimum, leave us a comment below and let us know your answers to the questions or your thoughts to the questions, and let's take it from there. So this week's question is about regain, right? We have weight loss surgery, we have a goal to get healthy and lose weight and change our lifestyle in order to do that, and then we go along the way, whatever time frame, and people, I know myself, as I was going through the journey, I didn't want to regain weight, right? It's a lifelong journey. And I had the lap band March 23rd of 2009. Initially lost 99 pounds. I recently got down to a loss of 112 pounds. And I'm nearing the 2-year mark at my goal weight, right? So I have not regained, in my opinion. But I know when I was choosing to have weight loss surgery, I wanted weight loss surgery to keep the weight off. I had lost the same 100 pounds 3 times in my life, but I could not keep that freaking weight off. And I had learned from friends and family members who had weight loss surgery that the weight could stay off, and did stay off with weight loss surgery. So I wanted the opportunity to have that success in my life, and freedom from the obesity in my life. So I'm going to read off the questions to you about regain, and then I'm going to answer them. What is the definition of regain, or what is my definition of regain? Do I fear it? What checks and balances do I have in place to combat regain? Did your bariatric surgeon warn you or suggest to you that regain is normal and expected? And have you battled regain on your journey? So backwards, no, I have not battled regain on my journey. My definition of regain. So for me, I was a lifetime weight loss, what do we call it? Weight Watchers member. Many times I received the 10% weight loss keychain. I had done many different diets and programs to lose weight, and always regained the weight, and usually regained the weight I lost plus some. So when I had weight loss surgery, I had a goal, and my goal was to lose 99 pounds. I did that in 68 weeks with a lot of hard work and my trusty lap band. And so in July of 2010, I met my goal weight. And from July of 2010 to July of 2011, I maintained that goal weight of 145.6. What I learned during that 1 year's time frame is that every Monday when I stood on the scale, because I am a daily weigher, but I'm also a weekly weigher, and every week here on YouTube, I've never missed a week, I stand on the scale and I report my weight in to my support group, my YouTube community. I also document it on a paper log that I have at home, only on Mondays. And what I learned in that 1 year after hitting goals is that my weight would fluctuate between a few pounds, 143 to 146. So 143, 144, 145, 146. On occasion, it would go from 145 to 148. And my science project that I worked on, I've always considered the scale a science project. If you go back and watch my BandedWendy videos from day one, you'll start hearing me talk about the scale as a science project, and that really removed the emotion for me. The scale does not have an emotional pull on me, and I would recommend anybody think of it that way if you're going to be a daily weigher, right? And or if you're an emotional eater, don't let the scale drive your emotion to eat, right? If it's a bad thing. But what I learned was it would go up as high as 148 on certain times. So that 143 to 148 was a fluctuation period for me. The scale, whether you eat more salt, drink less water, don't exercise, have your period, travel, eat more sugar one day, have a higher calorie intake, whatever can affect that scale to go up. So in my science project, I determined that in one day, I could go from 148 to 145 simply by going number 2, drinking more water, or exercising. So I could control that weight gain of 3 pounds within one day if I took appropriate action. So with that said, I created a year after living within that goal weight, working to get there every Monday, I pushed myself to get to a lower weight. So I got to 138 pounds, and I set a lifetime maintenance range. Because what was happening, if my husband was in town, he would say, let's go out, and he wanted to go to the bar or the sports place and eat chicken wings and drink alcohol and have fun and watch a sporting event. And I'd be like, no, I have a weigh-in. I have to stay on the scale on Monday. He's like, you look fine. Also, my husband's 9 years post-op gastric bypass. He's lost 297 pounds. He does not have regain, so he thinks I'm crazy, worried about that scale, trying to be at 145.6 every week, So he encouraged me to create this lifetime maintenance range. So 138 to 148, right? That's my range. It's lower than my initial goal weight, and it's 3 pounds higher than my initial goal weight. But it's a huge range of 10 pounds that I live in comfortably, right? And I don't have any stress about getting on that scale every Monday. So my definition of regain, because I am a weekly weigher officially on Monday, is that if I am above my lifetime maintenance range, so 148 plus, more than 1 week in a row, I have a problem. And I'd like to say if it was more than 3 weeks in a row, I'm in a regain situation. Now I'll tell you, through my marathon training, I had 1 week where I hit 151 pounds. I ran 22 miles on a Sunday. I had carb loaded for several days before that, and I got up to 151 pounds. And I was like, stop, red light, everybody, I need support, checks and balances, we're having a challenge, everybody, here we go. And by the following week, I had lost 10 pounds, right? So what I want to say about for myself, since I do have that weekly check-in, and since I've created, hit my goal weight and or created my lifetime maintenance range, I have never had a week where I weighed in at a higher weight that I did not shed that weight a week later in my weekly weigh-in. So for me, regain is anything above my lifetime maintenance range that lasts longer than a week. Whether it's 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever. If it's there for longer than 1 weekly weigh-in, I've got a regain situation. That has yet to happen to me because I have the checks and balances. I have my pocket peeps that I share my scale picture with every Monday. I have my YouTube weekly update accountability videos that I share last week's weight, this week's weight. I did do it every Monday, then I went to every month, and I've actually kind of gone back to every Monday because it's very important for me to be aware and document that weight. Those are the things I have, my checks and balances also, right? I think I mentioned that to keep me on track. I do not fear the scale. The scale is my friend. I lived a life in obesity fearing the scale. I made the decision when I had weight loss surgery, I will not and do not fear the scale. For me, the moment I don't step on that scale, the week I don't step on that scale, obesity has won. I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm going to fight, right? Did your bariatric surgeon warn you about or suggest that regain is normal and expected? No, absolutely not. My surgeon's goal for me was at the very top end of the normal BMI. I believe it was 175.6 or 176.5. So my goal was 145. So I was way below my surgeon's goal, and no, he never suggested anything to me about regain, that it would be expected or that it could occur to me. And what I wanted to say is I have feared regain. I do fear regain. You know, I made a video back on BandedWendy channel February of 2011 talking about I fear getting fat again. Google it. It's a good video. And I got a lot of response from people who also shared the same feeling. Time has passed, a year and a half, and I don't live in that fear anymore. But I'm aware, absolutely. I've made a change in my lifestyle, and the only way I think I could regain is if I gave up everything that I put in place. And I wanted to share from the Mayo Clinic, their website. It talks about it's possible to have regain. This weight gain can happen if you don't follow the recommended lifestyle changes. To help avoid regaining weight, you must make permanent healthy changes in your diet and get regular physical activity and exercise. If you frequently snack on high-calorie foods, for instance, you may have adequate regain. I'm not going down that road. I think that we as individuals have a choice, regardless if we fear regain, regardless if our surgeons have warned us, regardless if the statistics say it's normal. If you're living in awareness and making proper food choices and exercise choices and living your best life in a new lifestyle, you can be aware and avoid regain and weigh in on a regular basis. You can avoid it. That's my opinion. If you go the other direction, don't stand on the scale regularly, don't change your lifestyle, and eat the appropriate type foods and get the appropriate type exercise in, then you may be pretending it's not there, right? And the weight starts to creep up and creep up and creep up, and instead of being up 2 pounds or 5 pounds for a week in between weigh-ins, it's 10, 15, 20 pounds. And then you're talking about I've regained and it's 20 pounds. My mother-in-law, 7 years post-op gastric bypass, she lost 150 pounds. She had a drinking problem, has been sober from alcohol, is recovering alcoholic for over a year now. She's been clean and sober. She's gained and or regained 25 pounds. Her reason for regain is that when she put the cork in the jug, when she put the plug in the jug or the cork in the bottle, she reached for sugar. Alcohol and candy both have sugar, and she is currently fighting a regain of 25 pounds, and I'm actually supporting her on that journey to take off the 25 pounds, and it's about putting the candy away, just like she had to put the alcohol away, getting more physical, drinking her water, and eating food in replace of candy. So I do know a little bit about regain based on her personal experience. So anyway, that's the answer to the question for me. Thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing your videos. I do want to give, I talk about my mother-in-law and her regain. Regain, now what? If that's where you're standing, you start over. You had weight loss surgery. You go back to basics, per se. Go back to the rules. What your calorie intake is supposed to be, what your protein intake is supposed to be, what your water is supposed to be, what your exercise is supposed to be, and start chipping away at them and make it a daily effort and a daily goal and stand on that scale. And if you're a YouTube community member, make a video. Let us know where you are every week or every 2 weeks or every month. We're not here to point fingers and say, ha ha ha, you regained. We're here to help someone get over regain. And I think we're also here to be like, champion, no regain, applause, good for you, keep it up. So we've got a unique group of people that are all doing it their own way and all having their own struggles and challenges and victories in life. Regain is not bad. But I think we as individuals have a huge, huge, huge role in the choice if it's going to happen to us. So have a great night. Take care. Bye.